Oh, hey, shalom, shalom, yasharala, yabaraka, come, Yahweh, Bashama, Mashiach, Yahushua, Wabarakar, Tawab. Um, what did I just say? I think I'm so used to speaking in our body out that I just say it. So let me start over, okay? Yabaraka, come, Yahweh. Yeah, that's what I said. Come, Yahweh, Bashama, Mashiach, Yahushua. You all be blessed in Yahweh in the name of His Son, Yahushua, the Messiah. And then I said, Bawakwar Tawab. Bawakwar means morning, Tawab means good. But I was talking to one of my brothers, Yahushai, Joshua Isaacs, one West, salute to you. I was talking to Joshua Isaacs, and Joshua Isaacs, he says, when has morning never been good? So I said, well, when has morning ever been good? When has the time frame of morning for someone ever been good? So where did the phrase good morning come from? So then that made me consider, do I want to start saying good morning, or do I want to continue to say good morning? Or do I want to say something like grand rising? I've seen somebody say something like that to me. I was like, oh, grand rising. Hey, shalom to the family members that's watching. One West, salute to you. It's going to be a real quick video, just something for the blessing of the people. I'm going to read Psalms for the 5th day of the week, Psalms chapter 5. And like I said, somebody might need to hear this. As y'all can see, it's a very Barak Gadol Yawam, very blessed, Yapa Yawam, very blessed, beautiful day here in the mountains. All right. So as y'all can see, there's mountains all around. Okay. Mountains all around. Very beautiful, man. I love this landscape. All right. So for those of you that's still looking to find an exodus or a way to leave Babylon, or looking to get out of America, we do have families that's exited that do want to help you. All right. So as y'all know, I'm a public servant of the government of Israel. Anybody can contact me. It's better to call me on WhatsApp or on Facebook Messenger. Right now, with me being international, my calls are international. My text messages are international. So if you're going to call me, please hit me up on WhatsApp. So that means you have to download the app WhatsApp, or hit me up on Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger, my name is Isaiah Yasha'Allah. WhatsApp, my number is 614-999-2677. You know, so with that being said, you can lock me in, hit me up on WhatsApp. I can add you to this group we have called Proverbs chapter 27:17, to where we keep everybody updated throughout Israelite community, but also international community, like what's going on around the world, like what's going on right now in Jamaica, what's going on right now in the UK, because we have Israelites in these different areas that are all posting information in this one WhatsApp group. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I want to read some encouraging words to somebody, because like I said, somebody needs to hear this. I know that I do. All right. If you haven't heard of the Odes of Solomon, remember, King Solomon and King David, both of them were master musicians, master writers. King David was a man of war. He had blood on his hands. King Solomon was not a man of war, but he can get the job done. So with that being said, King Solomon was a king of wisdom. And until he went into his folly, to where he started teaching Israel to sin, then he was the best king we had. We had silver strewn into the streets. We had silver into the streets when King Solomon was a king. All right. Unfortunately, our good King Solomon, he went into idol worship, which is a super killer of the soul. Anybody that's still doing Sunday worship, even calling on the name, of Uran, false deities, Zeus, Jesus, Christmas, New Year's, all of that stuff is pagan idol worship, and it's not documented in the Bible, which our grandparents taught us to learn about. So with that being said, before King Solomon went into that foolishness, he was a great king for us. Not only was he a great king for us, he was a great king that the whole world came to. All right. Remember, the whole world came to Jerusalem at one point in time. Now the inhabitants of Jerusalem are scattered throughout the world. See, the men and women of Jamaica, the men and women of right here where I am currently, in a place called San Cristobal. All right. San Cristobal is a place where the tribe of Zebulun dwells in the high mountains. Well, unfortunately, the British colonies, the Europeans, they came and colonized this location also and made it into a Catholic society. But the good part about it is Mashra'ah Yasha'Allah, the government of Israel, is right here ministering up under the elders of Juan Parazah. It's not an easy task because I don't speak a lot of Spanish, but But as the elder said, he said, man, your presence, your presence is ministry enough. All right. So we encourage, if anybody wants to leave out of America, we have a solution and a way to help. Right now, everybody's about to get these stimulus checks. If you've already gotten your stimulus check, then you need to be getting your passport. Don't listen, I have investments that I have to sell. All right. I have cars that are for sale. Okay, investments. All right. Xbox Ones. Okay. Even though we're on the Xbox X now, look, everything can go. The point is this right here. If you're about to get a stimulus check, which everybody is, why don't you use that money to get you a passport, which is a very low price? All right. Why don't you see about leaving the country, going somewhere else? Some people say, well, you can't escape the curse of the Most High. Nobody's trying to escape the curse of the Most High. But what we do want to do is be in a more peaceful, quiet environment. And I am in a quiet environment. The only thing I regret about being in this environment is that, Israel is so afraid to move because Israel is so comfortable. But I'm telling you, everybody's about to get these stimulus checks. Get you a passport, because I'm going to tell you what happened, and it happens every time. As soon as the government gives Negroes, Israelites, whatever money, we find a reason to spend on everything but what we don't. It's like a need comes up. It always happens. A need comes up. Something comes up. But look, guess what? That need still would have gotten done if you would have just stuck to your original plan. The need still would have got fulfilled. Okay. So with that being said, I encourage everybody, get your passports, because the scriptures tell us one person is going to look to go into a city and they won't be able to. And that's found in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. All right. People are going to be trying to get out of the city. But if you don't got that proper documentation, the military is not going to let you out of the cities. OK. So I know everybody's comfortable. You have your likes, you have your wants, you have your lusts, you have your passions, the things that you listen, buy you some investments, take care of your investments, sell your investments, and then make you a way out of America. I'm going to tell y'all, I've been so disgusted on one matter since I've been, traveling to this degree. I think this is the furthest I've been outside of Jerusalem, but, or Turkey. Yeah, Turkey. Because that was like, we was like right next to Noah's Ark, and that was a trip. So everywhere in the world you can find some type of quietness. I think we get used to the confusion and the foolery, that's in America. I think we get used to that and we like it. But right now you can see that everybody's comfortable, but it's not going to be. It's the forced vaccination kicks in. Forced vaccination. There's already reports of people getting cerebral palsy. Half of their faces falling, having strokes, people passing out, people dying 5 days after they take the vaccination. So many people are just talk about it, but they're not really about the actions. So if you have a way to make it out, like was it Jordan Peele or Key and Peele? What man made a whole movie called Get Out? I don't think it was subliminal. I think it was very, very forward. All right. But let me get to this real quick. All right. Encouragement for the soul. Okay. Again, we will be having more hard times coming up. Share this video. If you're a number of subscribers, then you can go Facebook Live or YouTube Live from your phone. All right. I need 1,000 subscribers. I need to hit that mark. Once I hit that mark, then I can start doing YouTube Live from my phone. I travel everywhere. And I don't like that I have to sit still in front of my laptop because I only have like 300 subscribers. That's a pretty low number. All right. But the things that I can show you all, the things that I can promote, there's so much more. All right. I'm not a desk jockey. That's why I like a lot of my titles just be real quick titles, just pop, 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 because I'm not a desk jockey. I'm out there in the field, and my cell phones are the best tools that I have. All right. Look, these are my cell phone. This is my cell phone right here. Okay. I got 2 droids. All right. I got. You see, y'all like to see Yahweh Shai. Salute to Yapah Creations. Yapah Creations put this together for me. All right. Imagine how much ministry y'all can see on live, So with that being said, help to get this ministry out. All right. Need 1,000 subscribers, which is not a high number. It's just more than what I have for now. But you know what I found out too? If I was spitting drama, if I was spitting foolery, if I had contention and strife and all kind of BS, then that would make the numbers go up. People really aren't interested in wisdom for real. But BS, man, our people love foolery. So be one of the ones to help. Be a part of this. Send this out. All right. Help get the subscribers up. All right. Anya come. So let's get this up. So we're gonna start at the book of this is called the Odes of Solomon. The Odes of Solomon. We're in chapter 5. Why? Because it's so called the fifth day of the new year, which it is not. All right. New year doesn't start until springtime. All right, which we can see that in the Torah. All right. New year doesn't start until springtime. But we are in the fifth day of the month. So I'm going to read the fifth Psalms. All right. Maybe tomorrow I'll read the sixth. Maybe tomorrow I'll read the seventh. Who knows? But today, this is what I was commissioned to do. All right. So with no more exhortation. All right. Good 10 minutes of exhortation in. All right. No more exhortation. Let's go ahead and read. So this is the Ode of Solomon. Okay. Apply this for your life. Ode of Solomon, chapter 5 for the fifth day of the month. Ode of Solomon, chapter 5, and we read, I thank you, O Allahaya, because I love you. O highest one, do not abandon me, for you are my hope. Your grace, I have received freely and live on it. My persecutors will come, but let them not see me. Let a cloud of darkness fall on their eyes, and a thick gloom darken them. Let light be gone, and I be invisible, so they will not seize me. Let their counsel be thick darkness, and their cunning turn on their own heads. For their counsel is nothing. Yahweh is my hope. I will not fear. He is a garland on my head, and I will not be moved. Should everything shake, I stand firm. If all visible things perish, I will not die. For Allahaya is with me, and I am with him. All right, that's very short. That's the reading of Odes of Solomon, chapter 5. I'm going to read that again. All right, there's a lot of meat in this, a lot of lessons in this. As I was reading, I was like, wow, that's a precept to this. This is a precept to that. All right, but this is what we need to hear. Why? Because got sicknesses that we dealing with. Some of us got family members and friends that we dealing with. Some of us have enemies, frenemies. Oh, friendly enemies. Oh, I can't stand friendly enemies. Can't stand friendly enemies. I much more appreciate enemies that are just blatantly against me than friendly enemies. Man. Oh my goodness. All right. So actually we see a lot in this. All right. Ode of Solomon, chapter 5. The terminology of ode is like a song or anything, which is beautiful because I had a dream last night, man. And I don't really go into dreams all like that, man. But I had a dream last night that I was playing the harp and I was getting it too. It was a little harp and I was hitting this side of it. And I was dun 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 dun. And then I come around this side and dun 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 dun. And let me give a salute to our elder Barack from HODC. A lot of y'all might not know this, but Elder Barack from HODC is a beautiful musician, and he plays the harp wonderfully. The harp is an instrument of war. King David played the harp. Okay. So since I've been here, I've been having very powerful, very, very vivid dreams. And I don't really dream a lot all like that, man. But, you know, since I've been here, I've been having dreams of everything from congregation building to the sounds of music, which right now I hear like a flute in the background. I always hear the shofar blowing here. The shofar, the horn that we blow, boom, boom. I always hear it blowing here. Whether I turn north, south, east, or west, it's a beautiful sight because we're completely surrounded by the mountains. We've told family members to come here that we will help you. We've told friends, listen, save your shekels, get you a passport. If anybody has disability in America, if anybody gets a check, SSI, anything like that, I'm telling y'all right now, you're squandering your wealth. You're squandering your shekels. Man, I don't get a check for nothing. I straight up live off faith, and I see people that get shekels all the time, and it's just like, damn, you do what's right with what you have, and you could have so much more. All right. Shalom to all the family members that's coming in the room that's growing. All right. We just finished reading Ode of Solomon, chapter 5. In a little bit, I'm going to start my training, my physical training. There's some Yaladium that's here. We're going to do Wing Chun training, jump rope, calisthenics, stuff like that. But before it's time to get into that, I got to get my spirit right. So with that being said, I'm going to read Odes of Solomon, chapter 5 again. Why? Because it's so-called January the 5th, which we know it's not. All right. Please, everybody, like, subscribe, and then share this video out so we can get the subscribers up. All right. Be a part of helping this ministry to grow. Okay. Once we get to a certain subscriber number, I can start to use. I didn't know that. I thought that I would be able to use my phone. Like I would just be able to be like, yo, YouTube live. I could YouTube live everything. But you cannot YouTube live from your phone if you don't have 1,000 subscribers. Well, I don't have 1,000 subscribers. So send this out with a message. All right. If I need to put in more work, let me know, y'all. All right. If it's something specific you want to see me speak on, let me know. I will not be teaching on contention. I hate beef. I hate tension. I hate strife. I hate it. It's just not attractive to me. I can't stand it. I love wisdom. I love peace. I love shalom. I love being able to go through the annals and get excited over something cool. Like, oh, this is amazing. But talking about foolery just don't grab my attention. It just don't. That's why I never liked sports, because sports is about contention and competition. And I'm not into competition. I'm not into contention. I'm just not. I like wisdom. I like the things, you know, people say things like love to love. Well, love is a verb. If you love to love, then show the action of love. Love is a verb. So I like to show love by my actions. And one of the ways I like to show love is by edifying the people, by sharing family events, by sharing world events that's happening in Israel. So right now I'm going to share love by showing Odes of Solomon chapter 5. And after Odes of Solomon chapter 5, we're going to read Psalms chapter 5 for the so-called 5th day. All right. So if you're able to listen, please listen, share, like, subscribe, and share this out so we can get other subscribers. Okay. This is real. I don't put makeup on. I don't got I've got a big video heading like to where much animation in the front. I just don't got that. Nor do I feel like I need it. I'm just going to get on here and tell the truth. All right. I could probably change my headings that would catch people's attention, you know, but nah, man, just get on here and tell the truth. And if you like to hear the truth, then here it is. All right. So let's get back to it real quick. This is a prayer. It's a song, but it's also a prayer. All right. It's called Ode of Solomon, written by Malak Shalamah, written by King Solomon. And right now we do see a lot of issues going throughout Israel. If you're having issues for yourself, or maybe you're being somebody's issue, all right, it's a wonderful thing for you to hear and to read. All right. Let the joy of the Most High, let his joy change you. All right. So Ode of Solomon chapter 5, starting at verse 1, and it reads, I thank you, O Allahaya, the water Yahweh, because I love you. Well, listen, family members, if you say you love somebody, then show thanks, show gratitude. You can, the stuff is right here. It perfectly falls in line. Do you have ungrateful, unthankful, unloving people in your family? Well, listen, show them love. Not only show them love, expect it. And then it's such a frustrating thing. It's such a frustrating thing because the characteristic of patience is what you have to display. It's what I have to display. I thank you, O Allahaya, because I love you. O highest one, do not abandon me, for you are my hope. Your grace I have received freely and live on it. How do we live freely on the grace of the Most High? Because he's merciful. He sent his son, Yahushai HaMashiach, Yahushai HaMashiach, and he died for the sins of the Israelites, and the rest of the world can have a portion of that. And it was a free gift, but it came with a price too. It came with the ripping of flesh. It came with being stabbed. The modern day sword at the time of Yahweh, modern day gun at the time of Yahushai was a sword. This means Yahweh, the Messiah. He was beaten by the police. He was falsely accused. He was taken back and forth to court. He was operating his ministry at nighttime, dipping and dodging the rollers. And then in the end, after his body was finally beaten, ripped to shreds, pierced, then he was shot by the police. Why do we say that? Because the scriptures tell us that the officer took and pierced his side. Well, the modern day gun at that time was a sword. So just to see if Yahweh was really dead, bah, they shot him. But by then, he had already given up the ghost. So Yahweh went through everything that modern day Negroes go through. When we talk to these Zebulonites, because we're in the land of Zebulon right now, mountainous regions. In the book of Judges, it says that Zebulon endangered themselves by dwelling in the high places. When we talk to these Zebulonites here, I tell them straight up, yo, we're leaving America because they're murdering us. And they be like, oh, the people of Zebulon, these people here have more compassion, invite us into our home, anything, all of that. Have more compassion than I've seen in all the. This place is beautiful. This place is wonderful. It's beautiful. Every morning, beautiful. You get some rain, you got one element, the element that y'all see me in all the time. All right, I'll show you more if I can go YouTube live, but we got to get them subscribers up, okay? So Yahweh his grace is free, but it was given with a price. The price was the blood of Yahweh, our master, our Messiah. My persecutors will come, all right? But let them not see me. This is a prayer that you can pray. Ask the Most High to put a shroud of darkness over you, make you invisible, okay? Persecutors will come. You have people that have the Gadite spirit. If you don't know about the Gadite spirit, I've read it in videos before. I'll read it to you again. The spirit of Gad was a spirit of hatred. Gad hated his brother. So therefore, you can see all of these negative attitudes and characteristics through certain people. That's the Gadite spirit. The Gadite spirit now is supposed to be a vibration attitude of love, giving. Do anything for you, brother, because I don't hate you. But the negative Gadite spirit, man, it's a terrible, you can see the envy, the evil, the wickedness inside of people. My persecutors will come, not see me. Let a cloud of darkness fall on their eyes, and a thick gloom darken them. Does this sound familiar? Well, it will when we read this week's Torah portion. All right, that thick gloom, that thick darkness only comes from the Most High to where what? To where he brings this darkness to where can't nobody see. It said the darkness is so thick that this is the darkness that he Egypt. This is the darkness that he used to protect the children of Israel while we were escaping. But this is also the darkness that he's going to bring again at the end of this age. All right. During the time frame of Maccabees, there was a man who came to rob Israel. He came to rob our treasury, and the Most High brought that darkness down on him again. This darkness is a weapon. So when you have children, like, I'm afraid of the dark, like me, I don't like the darkness. I'm not afraid of the dark, but I don't like the darkness. I prefer the light. I prefer beauty. I prefer kindness. Kindness is timeless. Love is so easy to give. It just takes a moment to show someone you care. I can't sing, but that's India Irie and Sergio Mendez. So you can look that song up. It's called Kindness is Timeless. Give someone your love. So I don't like the darkness, but this darkness is coming again. You can ask the Most High to use this darkness against your enemy, to shroud your enemies, to shroud you from your enemies. It's right here. It's a prayer. The Most High said he would do it again when he comes back. So why not utilize him? Why not utilize his gifts and treat him that he may be found of you? Let their counsels be darkness, thick darkness, and their cunning turn on their own heads. Their cunning, it means the things that they would produce for you, the traps that they would do for you, the things that they would say against you. Let it fall back on their own heads, Yahweh. Man, I know I didn't do that, but that's what they're saying about me. Yahweh, let it fall back on their own heads. Entreat the Most High, so that he may be found of you. Let their counsel be thick darkness, and their cunning turn on their own heads, for their counsel is nothing. Yahweh is my hope. I will not fear. He is a garland on my head, and I will not be moved. Should everything shake, I stand firm. If all visible things perish, I will not die. For Yahweh is with me, and I am with him. You can't make this stuff up. The majority of what we're reading right now was in this week's Torah portion. I don't know if y'all heard that loud thud, but that was the sound of me dropping my phone. Again, salute to Yapa Creations. All right. Yahweh Shai with the gold and blue. The sister put this on my phone perfectly. All right. King James Bible on the front, King James Bible on the back with the menorah. 2 phones put together. The sister did a wonderful job. So salute. All right. Greatly appreciate you. And my phone's protected. So when I drop it, I'm not like not worried about it. You know, I'm concerned. I got to make sure my pen doesn't pop out. I done lost more on my phone than anything. So this is a prayer that you can pray for yourself. Pray for yourself. It's called Ode, or the Song of Solomon. And it's chapter 5 for the 5th day. All right. Now we're going to go to the book of Psalms. All right. The book of Psalms, chapter 5. Now, just within the Ode of Solomon, chapter 5. And I teach my mashpachah. I've always been an elder that teaches my family. I've never not taught my family. So even with me doing these videos, the objective is for mashpachah. It's for family to learn. All right. If you're in the city gates of Dayton, Ohio, or the surrounding area of Dayton, Ohio, we can help you and assist and put you with other ministries, put you with other schools. Don't have anybody to keep the Shabbat, the Sabbath with. We can help you to keep the Sabbath. We can put you with other Israelite communities to help you keep the Sabbath with. Okay. All right. I don't want anybody to think that we're living high on the lamb here, that we have all we just listen. We are sustained by the mercy and the grace of Yahweh and by community family members coming together. First, the family members that's here. One West salute to Zaquan Parazah and to the household of Zaquan Parazah, to Zaquan Nathaniah for being diligent, consistent teachers and ministers that are always vigilant in teaching. All right. If you need to be on conference calls, we have conference call numbers to where you can learn the Sabbath and the Torah, and you can learn these things over the phone with us. You can learn with us on YouTube. All right. All right. You can learn with us on Facebook. But most importantly, you can gather with our community that's right here in Dayton, Ohio. Okay. So Psalms chapter 5. All right. Psalms chapter 5. And let's see if we can see anything specifically. Okay. Psalms chapter 5, starting at verse 1. To the chief musician upon the Neth, a psalm of David. We got to figure out what that is. N-H-N-E-H-I-L-O-T-H. These are the instruments. Psalms chapter 5, verse 1. Give ear to my words, O Yahweh. Consider my meditation. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King, my power. For unto thee will I pray. My voice shalt thou hear in the morning. O Yahweh, in the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee, and will look up. For thou art not an Alahiah. Thou art not an Alahiah that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. The foolish shall not stand in thy sights. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. Yahweh shall abhor all bloody and deceitful men. Verse 7. But as for me, I will come into thy house, into the multitude of thy mercy, and into thy feet will I worship toward thy holy mountain. I apologize. There's so many precepts that's flowing, just flying in my head. Like, oh, this is over here. Oh, this is over there. This word is perfect, and it lines itself up perfectly. And please don't let nobody tell you to not be afraid of the Most High, to not fear the Most High. It means adoration. We're supposed to show fear, respect, love, adoration. If I am your king, if I am your Lord, if I am your master, where's my respect? I can get that for you in the scriptures too. Yahushua said, you call me master and you call me Lord, and rightfully so, for I am. He says, if I have done this, then you should do it to each other. For I have set an example for you. There's too many individualite spirits. There's too many individualite mentalities. We got to be a galvanizer. We have to gather together. One of the hardest things I've ever done in my life was the right thing. The right thing was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I remember when I didn't care, when I was just doing me and everybody else was just around. It was me and I was taking care of everything, and it was just me and everybody else was just around. I remember them days. I gave that up. I chose to live a life of, well, if I do this and I give these things up. I remember the day I decided to give up living for myself. I remember it. I went and moved into somebody else's house. And when I did it, I was like, dang, this is about to be a tough decision. But if I do this, I got to stick with it. And it's been, I think, about 11 years now. And within these 11 years, I've done nothing but give of myself. But even in the process of that, yay, shalom, shalom, yabarakaya, bashamashakawashai, shalom, shalom, gathering of Yahushua, Hamashiach, shalom, Elizabeth, Allen, Aliyah Shabai. I remember the time frame of doing that. And even in the process of doing it now, it's still a hurtful, hard task, but the reward is so much more, because now you see, dang, these things I chose to give up, the Most High rewards me internally. So that's what I want everybody else to get to. That's what I want everybody else to see. But I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's not an easy road. Okay. I'm always happy to see you gathering of Yahushua. All right. If you can, Babu Kushah, subscribe, like. All right. Not only subscribe and like, but share these videos out. Okay. Help this ministry to grow. We're in the book of Psalms, chapter 5, verse 7. But as for me, I will come into thy house, into the multitude of thy mercy, and in thy fear will I worship towards thy holy temple. Lead me, O Yahweh, in thy righteousness, because of mine enemies. See? So it turns out that the Odes of Solomon, and it turns out that Psalms chapter 5 does line up. Lead me, O Yahweh, in thy righteousness. Because of mine enemies, make thy way straight before my face. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Destroy thou them, O Allahaya. Let them fall by their own counsels. You can't make this up. We just read this and we just read this. It doesn't excite anybody to be like, yo, the word of the Most High, which is thousands. I mean, just years of, we can't even calculate. We can get close, but the writer of this at this time and the writer of that at that time, lining these precepts up. Acts chapter 2, verse 40 through 45. I agree. So with that being said, gather with the government of Israel. All right. Gathering of Yahushua HaMashiach. Gather with Mashra Yashal, the government of Israel. Gather with us. Bring your family here. Help us to build our own community. Man, if you could only see how much you could have with how little it costs of American shekels. Boy, you don't understand how rich we are. You have no idea. Listen, the money that I wasted I didn't waste anything, because I was never a trick artist. I didn't trick. All right. I would buy the small things that I like, and I would buy stuff for everybody else, or I would buy investments that I could sell for later. With that being said, I got cars that I'm selling. All right. Aliyah Shabai, you make sure you get that chariot taken care of so it can be sold, so you can keep moving. Don't spend no more anything on anything else but keeping yourself in traction. All right. Wear and tear is a real thing. And you see how your husband, man, does it. Boom. Well, hold on. Let me take care of that now. I don't care what's coming up, because if I got it taken care of now, I can fix whatever I need to later, because I can keep moving. All right. And you look at, when I look at how much was spent in Babylon, I'm just like, damn, we waste so much. We can have so much more somewhere else. Yo, gathering of Yeshua Mashiach, bring your family. Everybody's about to get a stimulus check. If you haven't got it already, get you a passport. Don't think like I got my stimulus check, I'm about to ball out, I'm about to spend my money on everybody. No, don't do that. Get you a passport. I can't tell people how to spend their shekels. I can tell them how to spend mine though. And all that of thine is mine. Get you a passport. The same problems that you had are gonna be there once that. Listen, this government is giving us peanuts in comparison to what they have. Don't keep letting the boat pass you up, and then it's like, be mad at yourself. You're gonna be mad at yourself. Get out. Mountains. You can do Solomon chapter 5. Both of them line up. Share this video. Help the subscribers to get up so we can continue to do this ministry even more so. All right. Gathering of Yeshua. Join with Mashrah Yasha'Allah if you're not already. Contact me. I'm a public servant of the government of Israel. I'm reachable. 614-999-2677. Matter of fact, I just got another phone number I'm about to start giving out so people can contact me. All right. But you can reach me best on WhatsApp, on Facebook. But if you reach me, don't just be like, hey, don't just be like, shalom. Hey, I got your number. No, talk to me. Tell me what it is. Tell me what it is we meant. Talk to me. All right. So we can get some stuff done. Because watch this. America's not going to last forever. And the whole world is watching it. The whole world is watching it. Let's get back to reading Psalms, because that's why we're here. Psalms chapter 5, verse 8. Lead me, O Yahweh, in thy righteousness because of mine enemies. Make thy way straight before my face. Verse 9. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. Destroy them. Destroy thou them, O Yahweh. Let their fall be their own counsels. Cast them out in the multitude of their transgressions. We have rebuked thee. Verse. But let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice, and let them ever shout for joy, because thou defendest them. Let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee. Verse 12, for thou, Yahweh, will bless the righteous. With favor wilt thou compass him as with the shield. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. You can't make this stuff up. Everything that we just read, and for those who watched the beginning, this is going to be a short video. I don't want to make it too long. Everybody that just heard what we read from the song of the Odes of Solomon to the Psalms, both of them lined up perfectly. Both of them lined up perfectly. All right. So we're going to do one more. We're going to stick within the wisdom books. All right. So it's so-called January the 5th, which we know it is not. All right. But since we are going off of this calendar and this time frame, and we have to operate in this system, I'm going to use it as a counting system. We're going to continue to read these Psalms, continue to read these wisdom books. We're going to continue to read these. Why? Because somebody needs to hear it. I know I do. Every day I need to. All right. Love is a verb. Love is an action word. It's a real thing. So put love to work. Show that you love the Most High. Show that you love your friends, your family members. My fingernails look extra clean. I was just looking at them like, my nails look clean. We know that, but they need to be filled and filed up. And I need to. I got man hands. I got man hands. I'll be all right. So we know that if you want to get the Most High's attention, just like a husband or just like a rib, you got to show them attention. You got to show love. We ask for protection from the Most High from our enemies. Our family members should not be our enemies. Those that keep the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments shouldn't be our enemies. But we know that our enemies will come, just like oppression. It will come. But if you have the proper tools, which is first of all the mind for the Most High, like each one of these say, I will rise early and praise you, Yahweh. All right. All right. The safest place that you can be in this walk is in understanding wisdom. If you understand wisdom, if you're looking for wisdom, if you cry unto her, which she is a feminine vibration, the most. See? So with that being said, you know, we have those who we labor amongst this low. They're very considerate. I'm Amina. All right, the water for your counsel. I appreciate being able to spend time and build with you in the scriptures. What a blessed time frame. All right. So we just finished reading the Odes of Solomon. We just finished reading Psalms chapter 5. All right. And we're going to continue to do this. All right. So I appreciate everybody that's been building with us. Make sure y'all help share these videos. Get subscribe. Help us to get other subscribers, because as I said before, let me grab my phone. You can only do YouTube live from your laptop if you do not have it, or from your desktop if you don't have 1,000 subscribers. Well, I'm a minister, a traveling minister. I everywhere. I be in the airport. I be there, be in the jungle, be above the jungle. All right. Right now, we are currently above the rainforest. I could show you so much if I could show you with my phone. But in order for me to go Facebook Live or YouTube Live, YouTube Live on my phone, I have to have 1,000 subscribers. If I teach foolery, if I do gossip and talebearing and, look at this wickedness, man, how much more would it be? But since I don't, I teach truth. I go to the scriptures. I teach the scriptures. I show animals. I show history. And for those of you who love wisdom, then boom, you'll have it. But if you're looking for gossip, if you're looking for foolery from me, you're not going to find it. All right. All right. So with that being said, I wanted this to be a short video, 45 minutes I've been on, and I think that's enough. All right. I could teach for hours. All right. Because I love it. This is my passion. All right. Shalom, Flash Gordon. I don't know who you are specifically. If you don't mind, give me a name. You can hit me up. I see you put VAJ. VAJ, I see you. I don't know what that means. VAJ, I see you. Okay. Shalom Lakah, Khan, Amayan, and gathering of saints of Yeshua, and also Aliyah Shabai. All right. Shalom to you all. Shalom to you too, Flash Gordon. Yeah, hit me up. All right. You say you see me. Okay. Hallelujah. The Most High's will, we'll see each other again. All right, so this was the reading of Psalms chapter 5, and also this was the reading of Ode of Solomon chapter 5. Both of them are exquisite, beautiful prayers asking the Most High to not only protect us from our enemies, but to make our enemies to fall by their own traps, and also asking the Most High to keep us covered, to keep us shrouded, to keep us protected. All right. There's nothing wrong with entreating Yahweh. Don't just be like, oh, well, I know. Listen, faith without works is dead. If you know the Most High, show the Most High you love him. Show him you love him by keeping his laws, his statutes, his commandments. If you say you got a friend, a family member, a husband, a wife, remember the word wife, I-T-C-H. All right. So I don't call my family members. I don't even like saying wife, because it does not have a good meaning. All right. B-I-T-C-H is the original definition of the word wife. So if you say you have a rib, if you say you have a husband, man, you say you have children, don't you show them that you love them by your actions? It's the same thing with the Most High. All right. So with that being said, a blessed reading for me. If anybody be looking for me, I'm pretty sure I'll be back on. If you have any suggestions, anything you want me to bring out, please, if you would like to be added, to the WhatsApp group. All right. We have a WhatsApp group called Proverbs 27:17. It's always something going on there. Proverbs 27:17 on WhatsApp. You can hit me on 614-999-2677. I'm a public servant of the government of Israel. It's about time for me to start my training. The sun is getting nice and up and high. All right. So if anybody needs me, Baba Kushah, please, I'm here. All right. With that being said, I pray this reading bless somebody, and stick around. We got so much more to do. All right. Share this out. Anyab Lakam, Shalom. Kwame Asherallah.